Journaling is the #1 tool, habit that I have adopted that has helped me with my mental health, my clarity, goal setting, and honestly just overall getting to know myself. You can use journaling in so many different ways. And in this video, I'm going to share with you my genuine advice, the approach that I have done and used on myself, on my clients. I've been doing this for 2 years straight. And honestly, journaling rewired my mindset. I used it to rewire my beliefs about myself. And it was a tool that I used to get myself out, to create a vision when I wasn't feeling good, I wasn't doing good, and it was the tool, and honestly, yeah, a huge catalyst for myself to get myself moving in the right direction and now living a life that I am very proud of, very happy, and I still use it to this day to move forward, get myself moving in the right direction and now living a life that I am very proud of, very happy, and I still use it to this day to move forward, yeah, achieve my dreams, achieve my goals. Like I said, this is genuine advice, a genuine approach that I've used on myself. I lived a life that I wasn't happy with. I was just working to live, trying to make rent. I was unhappy, and deep down I knew I was meant for more. I knew that I wanted more, and I knew I could do it. And journaling kind of brought that out of me. But I'm passionate about this. I'm making a video about this because it was like a huge reason to why I'm doing what I'm doing today. Let me go get my old journal and show you. Here we have the original journal that I used. And yeah, I practiced the law of attraction. I was living at home, 23 years old, and just no idea what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go into more detail, but I'm just going to show you actually what I did rather than this giving you the theory. I wrote, I'm planning my next steps, and I have a vision to go to Sri Lanka and start my own fitness retreat, help people be healthy and happy. And I wrote some other details about my life. I said, I'm looking forward to building my dream into reality, and I'll read back at this and see. That was January 2023. Now I run a health and fitness retreat with my girlfriend, and obviously I've moved to Sri Lanka and I help people. I make these videos, I coach people online. The reason I share that is the first piece of advice I will give you, the first thing you need to do is write what you want. What do you want out of your life? And you need to write in a way, like you need to freely write this. Don't think, limitations, I can't do that, that's not possible. No one in my family's done that before. That's not what the exercise is. The exercise is to write, if you could not fail, if you could practically do anything with your life, because remember, you only have one life. If you could practically do anything, what would you do? Write it down. What do you see yourself doing? What are your interests? What do you like? For me, it's always been fitness. So for me, it's to have a retreat, a center where people can come, and then online, making videos, getting paid to make videos, getting paid to coach people, to talk about fitness. I can't believe it. That's my job. And it starts by writing what you want. Unapologetically write, if you could not fail, what do you want out of this life? Because you only get one go at it. So I suggest pause this video right now, get a journal, a notebook, and write down what you want. And don't think about the steps. Don't think, I can't do this. What do you want out of your life? Freely write it like you can't fail. Step 2, what do you need to do? Like, what are the steps you need to put in place? And it's that like famous expression, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And then I'm sure there's other ones like, you lay that first brick, the first foundation. That's what you need to figure out. So for me, back when I was at home, writing in this bad boy, the first step was simply research into Sri Lanka. Research where I kind of want to go. I found a friend that already lived here. Contacted him, made some phone calls, spoke to some people, and then began to save my money for a flight. As simple as that. You don't need to overwhelm yourself. If it's to start making YouTube videos, you want to become a YouTuber, make the first video. And if you don't know how to edit, learn how to edit. So you need to figure out what are the first steps. Map that out and then simply start doing them, taking action. Without this, you're not going to get anywhere. You can write this beautiful dream, but do not get hung up on that. Do not get caught up dreaming. You then need to start to take action. And what I do with my journal is I review myself, my day. I reflect on basically whether am I moving forward? Am I being the person that I say I want to become? Am I taking the actions? Do my actions align with what I've wrote down, with what I'm saying? Because if they don't, you need to have a serious conversation with yourself, because you're all talk, and that is one of the worst things we can do. That's why write your vision down. Keep it private. Don't start telling the world. When I wrote that down, that I want to build a retreat, I wasn't going around telling everybody that. And I just chipped away silently. So review your actions. Are you actually doing the things that you say that you want to do? Are you if you want to get in shape, simply, are you going and training? And if you are going and training, are you actually training hard? Are you following the diet? So it's simple. Reflect on that. Review it each day. It doesn't need to be super long, bullet points, but you need to be honest with yourself. If you're not doing it, write it down, and it will highlight that to you. And if everything just stays in the head, it's not as real, which is why, again, the beauty of writing down your vision onto paper. It's now no longer just in your head. It's physical, it's real, it's tangible, it's been written. And that's the powerful thing about journaling, why I also suggest actually having a journal, paper, pen. There's something very powerful about writing. When you're writing as well, you can actually step back and actually see your thinking rather than getting lost in your own mind. So you have your master plan. Now it is simply, you need to hold yourself accountable, reflect, and review. As simple as that. Each day, are you moving forward? It can be tiny steps, but you're laying those bricks, those foundations, and eventually that will add up. And then momentum builds, and then something will break through. For me, it was like with the social media, videos then became popular. Views came in, and that creates more opportunities. The next thing that has been incredibly powerful for me is gratitude. And this one is super simple, and people seem to overlook it or think that it's just like woo-woo or pointless. Write down every day 3 things that you are grateful for. And it can be as simple as your cup of coffee, that you have a physically able body, the sun's out, whatever it is. Doing this puts you into a positive state of mind, and it starts to put you into a state of abundance, because you're starting to see what you have, what is good, and your mind will start to seek out more of that, and then you will attract more of that. And why would you not want to go through your life in a more positive state of mind? And obviously the opposite is negativity. If you start to always be like, the weather's shit, I'm not happy where I'm at, you're going to attract more of that. Don't do that. Focus on the good. And that is why simply listing, I sit up here on this balcony with my coffee. It takes me a minute, if that, 30 seconds, to sit and think about what you are grateful for. And then list why. Why are you grateful for it? And that will shift your mindset. And in this day and age, with the news, with social media, with just most of the world being negative, it's incredibly important to keep your mind sharp. You need to take action. You need to take control of your mind, your mental diet. If you wake up first thing and you start scrolling, you're comparing, you see some guy with a Lamborghini, you see some guy on holiday, you see some guy, something negative, whatever, comparing yourself. That is not a good mental diet. Sit and be grateful. Be genuinely grateful for what you have. And it's as simple as that. Do it every single day. You can write the same things. It really doesn't matter, but it is a great practice to have. It's so easy. It's low-hanging fruit. So start doing it. Think about it. List 3 things that you're grateful for and be genuine about it. I'm grateful for you guys watching the channel, subscribing. We got 12,000 subs. That's epic. The final method, the final way that I use it is thought dump, which is basically just document, note down, bullet point, write what's going on in your life, what's going on in your head, what are you thinking, when you write down your thoughts, it gives you clarity. They're no longer, you don't get lost in your head. You can kind of see it for what it is. And maybe we have like some anxiety around something. If you write it down, you can kind of read it and go, oh, you know what? That's a little bit silly. Life's too short. And sometimes the problems build in our head and we make them seem like such a big deal. But when you write it down, you can kind of see, okay. And maybe you can just see it's out of my control. So why should I worry about it? Just do the steps that you need to do. And the rest is in the hands of the universe. So there's no point worrying about it. Write down what you've learned, what you're thinking, what's inspired you, and you can analyze your mind, see it for what it is. And there was a study done where people wrote down what was in their head, what happened that day, every single night, and they fell asleep quicker because, again, it takes it out of your mind. There's something in writing that gives you clarity, and you can follow your thoughts and kind of like piece them together. And obviously, yeah, it will reveal what you really value, gives you an opportunity to get honest with yourself, take an objective view of your mind, your thoughts. It's easy. It doesn't need to be neat. It doesn't matter, right? Just write down what's going on. And it's honestly so beneficial. So those 3 things. Write down what you want. Then write down the steps of how you're going to actually get towards it. And then you reflect on whether you're doing it. Are you aligning to your actions, to your goals? Are you aligning your actions to your goals, sorry? Gratitude, simple one, but do not overlook it. Build that positive mindset. Be a grateful person. It will make your life so much better. When I started doing this every day, it was insane. It honestly, I swear, it just attracted the law of attraction. Like, it just attracted more good, more opportunities, and the right people that were meant for me. Because you radiate that. You change your frequency. And then, thought dump, to keep your mind sharp. Literally, if you have a messy bedroom, a messy house, feels cluttered, it doesn't feel good. It's the same with your mind. Use the journal it's the gym of the mind, right? And on this channel, yeah, it's about training. It's about mindset as well. And if you're taking the time to look after your body, do the same for your mind. Combine that together, you're going to succeed in whatever you decide to do. If you want to be coached by me, links in the description. You can book a qualification call. We have a chat one-to-one. And yes, this is part of my coaching, the mindset, the journaling, goal setting, as well as getting you in the best shape of your life. Thank you guys so much. On the topic of gratitude, I'm so grateful for every single one of you for watching the videos, supporting, leaving a comment, messaging me. It's so cool. It means the world. It's something that I've always wanted. So I'm in it and I am present. I am grateful. I'll see you in the next one.